The relationship between Tijuana and San Diego are very complex. They are linked because the urban areas are in interaction and the economical and social processes are similar. The markets of work, of consumption, and of tourism of the two sides are linked together. However, difficulties oppose its interaction. The difference of languages and the lack of sharing are its obstacles. The United States of America and Mexico don't guarantee the reproduction of the system in each other, and possibilities to access to resources of other sides are different according to the nationality of people. Our reporter Mark Evans went on the field to interview the mayor of two cities and a commuter living in Tijuana and working in San Diego. The report will be based on the question: in what extent the Tijuana-San Diego conurbation are linked the two cities?
I'm glad to meet the mayor of the second city by the population from the California. So this is Todd Gloria, the mayor of San Diego. So can you present ourselves the city by its inhabitants or whatever you can?
Before the city was Mexican, but in 1850 the city entered in the US. The population of the city is 1,040,000.
So my first question is, what are the main activities you have in San Diego?
Well, the main economical activities are the military and the defense activities, and we have a lot of tourism, and we trade a lot with Mexican.
So by trading a lot with Mexicans, you say that you trade with Tijuana or all the Mexican cities?
We trade more with Tijuana than the other cities.
So you tell us that you trade more with Tijuana. Can you explain why, and can you explain the relationship between your two cities?
Yes, we are like twin cities, but we are pretty close but very distinct. Until 1980, the urban border activities were treated like interior cities without dual nationality. Still like interior cities without the dual nationality. Before 1981, the vision of the border changed and became pretty national.
So speaking about flows, can you tell what flows you exchange with Tijuana?
Well, we trade a lot of goods. We trade also with maquiladoras. We trade work and money. And we have a cross-border market with our 30 millions of visitors. In 2020, the third comes from Mexico. Well, thanks.
So to contrast with the mayor's part, we just decided to interview commuters from Tijuana. His name is Diego, and I will let him introduce himself.
So yeah, my name is Diego and I am 27 years old. I'm a Tijuanense working in San Diego, and I live in the suburb of Tijuana. I pass the border for San Diego to work every day, and I am working in the merchandise transport.
Can you tell us what is the main difficulties you faced during the crossing?
To pass the border is easy, but I can't stay, so it's difficult to go home every day. The pass is long, and I drive during the night. In the morning, I go early, and I arrive home late the evening, so I see very little my family. I work a lot, and I am not paid for the time of the pass and the gasoline I used every day. I don't really do a lot of kilometers, but there are a lot of traffic jams, so the pass is boring and tiring.
So do you face any racism or difficulties with the population in Tijuana or in San Diego?
That's a good question, because that's true. When I arrived in San Diego, people look at me bad because I think Americans are racists. When I arrive in Tijuana the night, I don't feel very secure because past the border, the city is very dangerous.
So why did you choose to work in San Diego if there is any inconvenience?
For many reasons. Firstly, to earn money because salaries are better in San Diego and I need money to make my family grow well. I have 3 children and I want they have a better life than me. And I want to they join a good university to have a good job and maybe work in another country. Furthermore, I feel more secure in San Diego than in Tijuana, and conditions of work are better.
I think that's the most important, that your family can grow well and have a better life. If you can make it feel good, make it. I think that's the point you have to remember. And I have a last question. If you can choose something that you really want to do in 2 or 3 years for your job, what could be the best conditions for you to work?
In my dreams, I hope I could work in Tijuana in good condition because doing the way between my home and my work every day is very complicated, and I want to see my children grow up.
So now I will interview the municipal president of Tijuana, and he will explain you the construction of his city. So that's a bit of history, and after he will explain their relationship with San Diego.
Well, the population of Tirana is 1,300,000. In 1848, the Mexico-American War ended and the new borders was drawn. And that's why there is one between San Diego and Tirana. Although the city was officially created in the 1889. And Tirana is 3 miles away from San Diego.
So what's your point of view on the border between the two cities?
Well, the US government has created a border based on national security criteria, increasing the obstacle for border crossing and moving away from the integrating vision of the economically linking border region that substantial actors have encouraged. But these actors, categorized as challengers, consider the border as a region where two cultures and thinking systems meet and diverge. So this region is highly unequal social-economically.
So for you, there is no advantages of this collaboration between the two cities that represent this agglomeration.
In fact, there is a lot of advantages for us because there is many maquiladoras in Tijuana, so they allow the city to become a part of the globalization market.
And is there any problem of languages, because Mexicans speak Spanish and in San Diego there are Americans, so they speak English?
Yes, this problem is a big one because it's slowing the globalization of the city and make a lot of things harder.
Thanks for the time you spent with me, and thanks to answer the question I asked you. I hope your city will grow well and the globalization will be a part of the city. To summarize this report and to answer the key question, that was to what extent the Tijuana and San Diego conurbation linked the two cities. So we can say that Tijuana and San Diego are really different cities, so it could be complicated to link these two cities by because Mexican and American culture are really different. The languages is different, but the two mayors achieved to make a big conurbation between these two cities. So it has been possible by the maquiladoras based in Tijuana, and these maquiladoras help Tijuana to be part of the globalization and make some money. And it advantages also San Diego because the cost of production and the workforce is really cheap in Mexico. So that's the first point that linked the two cities. The second is the tourism, because we see that a lot of people cross the border every day and every year. And Tijuana San Diego is the largest place where people cross. So it linked the two cities, as the mayor of San Diego said. The third of San Diego's tourists comes from Mexico. So it reinforced the link between Mexico and the United States. But as the commuter says, this link has some limits, as the security for the people who cross the border to work. For example, he was just afraid to come back in Mexico because Tijuana is considered as the most dangerous city of the Mexican country. So it's really difficult to say that those cities are linked because of the culture, that, as I said, and the politics. Those are really different, but they are also linked by markets, work, and tourism. We heard that these two cities has a common politics before. I hope you enjoyed this report, and we hope to see you soon.